Don't like that catchphrase. It'll grow on you. Maybe in some ways like a tumor. I don't like it. We'll get started here in a minute. I'll just give people a little bit more time to get here. I don't know if Pokin's caught up yet or not on the past streams, so I don't know if he'll be here. I'm just going to assume not, but we'll see. Also, sorry for missing, a couple of days now. Does chat give you comfort? Sometimes. Sometimes. It does feel nice to have other people here while I'm experiencing the horrors. Like last time when we got a little bit of a scare before I expected it because the Watanagashi hasn't even happened yet this chapter. So, that was a bit startling, but what are you going to do about it, right? Don't forget I'm with you in the dark. Oh, that's like that one game off. All right, well, people might join in later. We'll see. You get a lot of times we get someone in the middle of the stream who jumps in and is like, "What chapter are you playing?" And I'm always like, "Chapter 3." Uh, so we might get someone popping in being like, "How far in are you?" And then some rando that we've never seen before. But we're gonna get started. I do believe, like you said, we have 3 tips, which is a lot. Yeah. I see you.
シオンさんも少しは手伝ってください。
Shion-san, why don't you help out a little?
女の子に重いものを運ばせようって言うんですか？そんなだからいい年になっても相手が見つからないんですよ、監督は。
Are you asking a girl to carry something heavy? This is why you still haven't found a nice lady at your age, coach.
ですね。そういうのを曰くこう言います。余計なお世話です。
Well, you see, at times like these, here's what people say. Ahem. It's none of your business. He was loading the station wagon with heaps of equipment we'd used for today's barbecue meeting. All the fathers and sons who had helped were starting to get on their way.
さて、シオンさんはどうしますか？
Alright. So, Shion-san,
あなた、ここまでは何で来ました？
why did you come all the way here?
自転車でしたら、積んで送って差し上げますよ。
If you rode here on your bike, I can give you a lift.
バイクだからいいです。
I did, but I'll be fine riding back.
お心遣いだけで嬉しいってことにしときます。
I appreciate your consideration.
今日は来てくれて嬉しかったですよ。やはりマネージャーさんがいないと、パッとしませんからね。
I was glad you came today. Things don't quite fit together without the manager here.
まだ私マネージャーなんですか？1年も丸々サボってんだから。こんな無能マネージャー、いい加減に解雇するべきだと思いますよ。
Am I still the manager? I've been shirking my duty for an entire year, so maybe you should just fire such an incompetent manager already.
シオンさんが辞めたいって自分で言えたらいつでも解雇してあげますよ。
Alright. If you say you want to quit, then I'll fire you whenever you want.
ずるいな。
That's not fair.
早く解放してくださいよね。試合があるたびに来ないかと電話がかかってくるの、もううざくてかなわないんですから。
Let me go soon, please. Every time I don't show up at a game, I get an annoying phone call, and I can't stand those.
シオンちゃんももっともっと素直になれば、とってもキュートで可愛い女の子なのに。お父さんは悲しいですよ。一体どこでねじ曲がってこんなにひねくれてしまったんだか。
If you were more honest with yourself, Shion-chan, you'd be far cuter. Your father is so sad. Where did he go so wrong as to deserve such a rebellious daughter?
ああ、お父さんの愛の抱擁で力強く包み込めば。 目が覚めますか？でしたら遠慮なく。
Oh, perhaps if your father catches you in a big, loving embrace, he'll open your eyes? Well, then don't mind if I do.
ほら。
Come here. This guy's weird. Coach was fooling around with all his might, but Shion just smiled at the distance without responding.
何も変わってない。監督が変な人で、みんなのにぎわいも何も変わってないのに。
Nothing's changed. You're still a weirdo, Coach, and everyone's still lively as ever.
サトシ君だけいないとおっしゃりたいのですか？
Even though Satoshi-kun isn't here. Is that what you wanted to say?
帰ってきますよ、きっと。
He'll come home. I'm sure of it.
待っている人がいるんですから。
He has someone waiting for him.
勝手なこと言っててください。
Say whatever you want.
彼も罪作りな人ですよね。こんな可愛い彼女を置き去りにしてどこへ行ってしまったんだか。
He sure is cruel, isn't he? Going off to who knows where, leaving such a cute girlfriend behind.
彼女
Huh? Girlfriend? Who? Who? Huh?
もういつまで笑ってるんですか？
Jeez, quit laughing already.
監督
Coach. He does just love... He loves rage baiting. Coach bent over and laughed heartily for a little while.
ではまたお会いしましょうね。試合にもたまには応援に来てくださいよ。
We'll see each other again. Please come and root for us once in a while, okay?
まあ気が向いたら。私マネージャーなんか全然もうやる気ないんですから。
If I feel like it. I have no desire to be the manager anymore, after all.
いいんですよ。あなたが嫌ならいつでもクビにしてあげますよ。
That's fine. If you don't like it, I'll fire you.
嫌がるのを無理やりってのは私の性分ではありませんからね。
I'm not the kind of person who likes forcing people to do things against their will.
はあ、はいはい。
Okay, fine, fine.
すみませんね、すみませんね。
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
私の負けです。
You win this round.
気が向いたらまた応援に来ますので、今日は堪忍してください。
If I feel like it, I'll come root for you. So for today, just be patient.
おっと、もうこんな時間。
Whoops, that time already?
機材返す約束の時間が。
It's past time to return all this.
先方をもうだいぶ待たせてますね。
I'm already making them wait for me.
では今日はこの辺で。
I'll be leaving for today then.
また次の試合でお会いしましょう。
Let's meet again at the next game.
ええ、気が向いたらね。さよなら、監督。
Yes, if I feel like it. Goodbye, coach. Interesting. So we kind of knew a little bit from before in the last stream, but I guess we get a bit more there. That clearly Satoshi and Shion seem to have been very close. Like, it seems like everyone kind of knew him, besides, I mean, us, because we moved to town after he was gone, but it seems like Shion was really close to him. Copy of the preliminary autopsy. The autopsy suggests the victim was killed in the following manner. 1. Entire body bound in restraints. Traces left behind from when the body seemed to have been bound indicated usage of a specific restraining table rather than rope or another common method. Finger joints in either hand appear to have been bound especially tightly. Highly likely that the table is either specially made or homemade given this information. 2. Both ears and nose severed with a sharp blade. Traces of the restraint and other things seem to suggest there is at least one more other than the one who severed these body parts holding down the victim's head. Possible that multiple blades were used, one of them most likely being scissors or shears. 3. 5 nails penetrated fingers on each hand. 1 long nail stuck in each joint for each finger on each hand, for a total of 30. The deceased's fingers were nailed to wooden planks 20 square centimeters large. Extremely likely these planks were part of the restraining table. This all sounds very familiar. In addition, it is 4. Abdomen incised, intestines removed. The incision in the abdomen is likely to have been a technique grounded in medical methodology using a sharp blade. Estimated that there was still no threat to the victim's life at this stage. After this, the organs inside the incision were dismantled and removed. The victim likely died as a result of this process. 5. Body disposed. After fastening a dumbbell to the victim's neck using a commercial pet collar, the victim was likely abandoned in the Uji River's third drain. Judging by the dumbbell's weight, it's highly possible that they would have needed at least 3 grown men to have disposed of the body. To Uishi-san. Here's a copy of the preliminary autopsy of the slaughtered corpse in the Uji River. Chief Shigeharu sees this as having a possible relation to the S group. What are your thoughts, Uishi-san? Okay! That one was short. Okay, so I believe at the beginning of the chapter we got a little snippet of a body getting found in a drain or out of a drain or something, right? I believe that occurred. It was some sort of drain, like that it was found in at the beginning of the chapter. We got like a little snippet. And I'm guessing that's what that autopsy is about. Is it mentioned they were, you know, dropped in, I guess, water. They were weighed down to keep the body down, and it went through the drain and the pipes and ended, or it went through the pipes, ended up through a drain. People found it, and that's our autopsy report of it. They got the whole procedure, the whole Hinamizawa special. All of the joints and the fingers with the nails and the intestines getting removed. So, yeah, that's... I mean, I had my suspicions, but they're now confirmed about that body. So, that's the Sonozaki special, we're gonna call it. Because she was doing that to Sadako and Rika last chapter. East round 3. Let's see this. Another Uishi one. There it is, Run. 3 Chun, 3 Dora. Mongan with 1500 extra. Dora!
バカモンが大石がテンパイしたの分かっててカンドラ増やしよってからに
You idiot. You're the one who flipped over another Condor when you knew Uishi was in Tenpai.
自業自得じゃぞ
I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. That's what you get.
チュンさらしたらドラを上乗せするぐらいしかやることないじゃないですか。厄介さらしたらドラそばは切っちゃダメですよ。
Getting more Dora was the only thing I could do after revealing the Chun. Can't discard a Dora tile after a Yakuhai is out. Uishi grinned meaningfully as his buddy, swearing, began breaking down the walls and reforming them.
時に大石さんどうですか割れましたか
By the way, Uishi-san identified her yet?
なんじゃいああ例のドブ川惨殺死体の話かの
What? Oh, the mutilated body in the drainage channel.
何か手がかりはあったのか
Any new leads come up?
ねえ、まあ。裏はそっちで取ってくださいよ。
Yes, well, you have to find proof yourself, though.
さすが何者です仏
You're really something. Who was the deceased?
間宮里奈、本名は律子。
Rina Mamiya, actual name Ritsuko.
岸骨フラワーロードにあるブルーマーメイドってキャバクラに勤めてたみたいっす。
Apparently she worked for the Blue Mermaid, a hostess bar on Shishibone Flower Road.
やれやれ。そらやばい店じゃな。確か、園崎家の若頭の店じゃろ。
Phew, that's a nasty place. A young leader of the Sonozakis owns it, yeah?
園崎あった。S 号関連か。
Sonozaki. Whoops. So it's related to the S group.
難航しそうな山だな。
That mountain will be tough to scale.
噂じゃあ仏さん、園崎の上納金に手をつけちゃったらしいっす。話じゃかなりシャレにならない規模らしいっす。
Rumors say the deceased have been dipping into the Sonozaki's protection money, and on a pretty significant scale too, from what I've heard.
女が上納金に手を出したか。裏に男がいそうじゃの
A woman getting her hands on the protection money. Sounds like a man's behind it.
女の単独犯なんてそうそうないぞい。
Not a lot of women do that sort of thing themselves.
どうせもう死んでますよ。
Well, he's dead anyway.
死体がまだ出ないだけで。
The body just hasn't been found yet.
そうそう、おいさん。女の同居人、生きてるみたいですよ。
About that, Uishi-san. Her cohabitant's apparently alive.
生きてる？じゃあこれから死ぬんでしょうね。
Alive? Maybe he'll die soon.
害虫が害虫を駆除してくれるんだから、本当に素敵な自浄機能だと思いますよ。
Vermin usually exterminate other vermin. I think we have a very nice self-cleansing system going on.
その紐なんですがね。
Anyway, her man.
北条鉄平なんですよ。
It's, well, Tepe Hojo.
北条誰だい？
Hojo? Who's that?
北条鉄平。去年、ひなみ沢で起こった主婦撲殺事件の仏のご主人ですよ。
Tepe Hojo. The husband of the housewife who was beaten to death last year in Hinamizawa.
事件の後姿を消したって聞いてましたけど。
I heard he disappeared after the incident, though.
そうか。その女のところに転がり込んでたか。
I get it. He was staying at his lover's place, huh?
ますますに園崎の匂いがプンプンだの。
And so the Sonozakis grow ever more suspicious.
彼氏は今どこに？
Where is he now?
女のアパートに同居してたんすがね。女が自分を捨てたと思ったみたいで、店やたまりのあちこちを探し回ってるらしいっす。
He was living in a woman's apartment. He must have thought she abandoned him, so he's been searching around shops and other gathering places. That was a weird one. Interesting. Let me make sure I got my events right. So, we know his last name is Hojo, so we know he's related to Sadako. Is that her uncle? Because wasn't it a thing of Sadako's parents died? And then, am I misremembering and making this up? Or was it a thing that she ended up staying with, like, her aunt, wasn't it? And then her aunt got beat to death. Or did she not live with her and it's just we know that? Yeah. So, at least at the time of that tip, Sadako's uncle is still alive. And was living with... he's living with this poor girl that I already forgot her name, and that feels terrible. But the poor girl that ended up getting the Sonozaki special and ended up in a drain, which is interesting. So yeah, I mean, this just reinforces... Rena, yeah, okay. Just reinforces that there is some... definitely, like, there's some mafia type stuff going on with the Sonozakis where they definitely... I mean, we've known this, that they get up to some shady stuff. Right. Morning, Keiichi.
あら、
My.
ゆうべは何時に寝たの？
What time did you go to sleep? I did not sleep well last night at all. My mother could tell from a single glance. I had the worst dreams. Nightmares. Very ominous dreams, one after the other, again and again. I woke up after each one, but could never even remember a fraction of what they had been about. But it was like those dreams were predicting something unpleasant. And I woke up in a terrible mood. Hey now. Every day has been calm and fun before today, right? Those days should continue on unchanging. And yet, anxiety was the only emotion growing within me. How was that? Nightmares reflect your own anxiety. They show an uneasy mind, that which you wouldn't admit to normally. Yesterday. And I remember the ominous conversations about Satoshi I had with Shion, Mion, and Rena. Right. My mind felt like it was in a black fog, because we had talked about that. If I'd lived every day without causing a fuss, my reward would be ever more peaceful days. Besides, how would my fate possibly change just because I talked about that? Nothing was going to change. Yeah. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Haha.
気持ち悪い笑
That's a creepy smile.
い。寝ぼけてるなら顔を洗ってらっしゃい。
You're still half asleep, then go wash your face. I'd finally cheered up enough to smile, and Mom slapped me right back down. Now I was irritated again. There wasn't much time left before I had to meet up with Rena. I frankly started to get ready to go to school.
いってらっしゃい。
Have a good day.
車に気をつけるのよ。
Watch out for cars.
気をつけるほど車もいないよ。
There's barely any cars to watch out for.
南沢には。
In Hinamizawa, anyway. I dashed out the front door. I still can't get over this fucker's house. This looks like some shit someone new to The Sims would build. The morning air was far more refreshing than the water on my face. That's right, Keichimabara. You're sorry enough about it and reflect upon your mistakes. That's enough. Now let's pull yourself together and get to school. And return to fun, enjoyable days. Where everyone laughs, plays, and just has a good time. I'll be nice to Sadako as an apology, too. Yeah. Wasn't I supposed to be her Nini until Satoshi got back?
Ohayo,
Good morning,
Keiichi-kun.
Keiichi-kun. Rena, too, looked nothing like she had yesterday when she said that weird stuff. If I could only forget, then I could still act like nothing had happened. So I called out to her with all the energy I could muster.
おう、
Hey!
おはようレナ。
Morning, Rena.
相変わらず早いな。
Early as usual today.
おはよ
Morning.
おはようございます。
Good morning. There was little time before the same old morning homeroom began. Sadako and Rika-chan were unusually absent. Maybe they went to play somewhere? However, looking over and seeing none of their things, so it looked like they really hadn't come to school.
あれれ
Hmm?
あの二人が遅刻なんて珍しいね。
They're almost never late. Rena seemed to be enjoying herself thinking about what their excuse for being late would be. Mion said something nonsensical as well, imagining how funny the reason they were late must have been. I'd only come to school to see their energetic faces, since I figured it would get rid of these feelings.
おはようございます、皆さん。
Good morning, everyone.
委員長、号令。
President, if you would.
起立。
Everybody stand up! Our teacher finally arrived. Then, finally, I heard the pitter-patter of footsteps running down the hall. The kiddo! She looks sad. This is not good. Rika-chan was the first to run through the open door. And then Sadako didn't come.
遅刻ですよ、フルデさん。
You're late, Furude-san.
北条さんはどうしましたか？
Where's Hojo-san? It was unusual for Rika-chan to be late, but equally unusual for Sadako, a ball of energy, to be absent at all. Turn the stream off, we're done here. Oh god, what's about to happen? Oh no. I knew it was bad as soon as they're late, and then I had a horrible feeling that Rika, if she did show up, would be alone. Because this is the Be Mean to Sadako chapter. Everyone's eyes were wide at the series of strange events.
さとこはちょっと遅れるかもしれないのです。
Sadako might be a little bit late.
熱でも出ちゃいましたか？
Has she come down with something? The teacher walked over to Rika-chan and they started talking in hushed tones.
リカちゃんが遅刻でさとこが欠席なんて珍しいこともあるもんだよ。
Rika-chan is late and Sadako is absent. I guess crazy things can happen.
そうだね。
You're right.
だけどさとこちゃんどうしたんだろう。
But I wonder what happened to Sadako-chan.
風邪かな？
Is she sick? Why now, when I most wanted to see Sadako's energetic face? The unease that had been building since last night tightened within my chest.
ケイちゃんは心配しすぎ。
Kei-chan, you worry too much.
年頃の女の子にはね、どうしても体の都合で具合が悪くなっちゃう時があるの。
Sometimes girls of her age can't help but stay homesick.
みーちゃん、それ男の子の前で言うことじゃないよ。
Mi-chan, you're not supposed to say that around boys. Mion laughed indecently. Normally I would laugh along with her, but right now I just didn't feel like it. Where's my kid? Homeroom ended and we went to talk to Rika-chan in the short time we had before first period started.
ようリカちゃん
Hey, Rika-chan.
遅刻して怒られてかわいそうかわいそうだな。
You looked so sad, so very sad when getting yelled at for being late.
今日は俺がなでなでしてあげよ
I'll make sure to pet you today. I was very aware of my gloom this morning, so I strove to keep my tone cheerful. I petted Rika-chan's head the same way she always did, but she didn't cheer up at all.
みー、
Meep.
う。さとこはどうしたんだ？
What happened to Sadako?
風邪か？
Did she get sick? For instance, she got a fever from playing around too much yesterday. If that had been her response, I would have accepted it in a flash.
うん。
But the atmosphere around Rika-chan felt somehow heavy. It was a little weird and actually made my unease worse.
ほらほらほら。
Hey, come on, come on.
男の子には話せない事情ってのもあるんだから。
There's certain things she can't talk to boys about.
ケイちゃんはお席へ戻って戻って。
Kitchen, back to your seat, back to your seat. Mion, acting just like a club president, pulled me back to my chair. Rika-chan's gaze immediately fell back to her desk, and she hung her head gloomily. Rika-chan had said something odd, that Sadako might be a little bit late. They were living together, weren't they? She would have known for sure. She wouldn't have said might. I didn't understand why she was absent, and that made me all the more anxious. Damn it, what's going on today? It's like we started off on the wrong foot and it wasn't going to get any better.
どうしたのかな、ケイチ君。
What's the matter, Kichi-kun?
今日はなんだか朝から元気ないよ。
You seem pretty down this morning. Rena noticed how I looked and whispered to me while the teacher wasn't looking.
そんなに俺元気ないか？
Do I really seem that way?
うん。
Yeah,
見てるレナまで元気がなくなるくらいに。
even Rena is starting to feel down just looking at you. I thought of jokingly saying, "Then don't look at me," but I didn't even feel like doing that.
レナに話せること？
Is it something you can tell, Rena?
どんな悩みかわからないけど、聞いて力になれることなら聞くよ。
I don't know what you're worried about, but if I can help, then you can tell me, okay? I won't tease you. Oops. Rena said this, looking me straight in the eye.
昨日まで何も変なことなんか起きなくて楽しかったんだ。
Till yesterday, nothing strange had happened, and it was a lot of fun. Huh? Rena's eyes widened for a moment, not understanding what I meant, but she remained silent and listened.
穏やかで楽しくて毎日が賑やかで
It was peaceful and fun. Every day was lively.
そんな毎日が繰り返されることに何の不安もなかった。
I never had any doubt things would stay that way forever.
うん、
Yeah,
そうだね。
you're right.
毎日楽しいよ。
Every day is fun.
きっと今日も楽しくなる。
I'm sure today will be too.
絶対にそうなるって自信が持てるか？
You're sure? How do you know?
と、
Well,
うん。
Rena, feeling perplexed, couldn't think of something to say. I didn't blame her. What I was trying to say seemed a little confusing even to me.
思えばここ最近不安だったんだ。
When I think about it, I've been anxious lately.
毎日が楽しいからこそある日ふっと電球が切れるみたいに突然
Like maybe since every day is fun, one day all of a sudden
真っ暗になってしまうんじゃないかって。
it would get really dark, like a light bulb turned off.
うん。
Yeah,
その気持ち、ちょっぴりレナもわかるよ。
Rena kind of understands how you feel. Rena nodded gently.
私たちはいいことばかりは続かないってずっと教えられてきたから。
We've always been taught that it wouldn't only be good things happening to us.
楽しいことの裏側を時々恐れるよね。
Sometimes I'm scared of what's going on behind the fun.
それってちょっぴり悲しいことだけど、
It's a little bit sad, but
でもそのおかげで私たちは楽しい毎日がずっと続くように努力することを覚えたんだよ。
because of that, we learned how to do our best to make sure that the fun never stops.
そうだな。
I see.
だからケイチくんが楽しい日々がいつまでも続かないかもしれないって思うのは決して悪いことじゃないと思うよ。
So it's not a bad thing that you think our fun lives might not go on forever, Keiji-kun.
例えば、うん、
Kind of like,
明日突然火山が大爆発して私たちが全員死んじゃうとする。
like if suddenly there was a volcanic eruption tomorrow and everyone died. That's what's gonna happen in chapter 4.
おいおい、物騒な話だな。
Hey, wait, that's terrible.
例えばその大災害をケイチくんだけが生き残ったとしたらどう感じる？
If you were the only one who survived the catastrophe, Keiji-kun, how would you feel?
どうって。うん。
How would I... I imagine myself being that sole survivor in the ruins of Hinamizawa. Rubble and the bodies of friends lying in heaps at my feet. It was such an abhorrent sight. Yeah, imagine Keiichi having the bodies of his friends at his feet. That'd be crazy. Was it sadder that all my friends had died? Or was it sadder that I couldn't have died with them? I didn't know which, but I'd probably cry a lot.
胸が張り裂けるだろうな。
Probably break my heart.
まず泣くと思う。
First, I think I'd cry.
そしてこう思うんじゃないかな。
And then maybe you'd think this.
こうなることが運命だったなら昨日までの日をもっともっと楽しく悔いなく過ごせばよかったって。
If this was my destiny, then I should have made sure every day before this was as fun as possible so I had no regrets. Can we go one stream without making me want to cry? No! I didn't want to consider such a horrible event to be my destiny. But
思うだろうな。
I probably would think that.
楽しい毎日がいつか終わるものならそれがいつかなんて誰にもわからない。
The fun times will end one day, and nobody knows when they will.
だったらたとえ明日そうなっても悔いがないように精一杯楽しく生きるのが正解じゃないのかな。
It makes sense to live each day to the fullest so that if it does happen tomorrow, you don't regret anything.
そうだな。
Yeah,
それに気づくのはとても難しいこと。
it's really hard to think like that.
多くの人たちは日々の幸せに飽食してるよ。
A lot of people take their everyday happiness for granted.
今日と同じ明日が訪れると信じきってるから、今日できることを明日に送る。
They think tomorrow will be the same as today, so they leave things they could do today for tomorrow.
今日してやれる優しさを明日に送ってしまう。
They leave the kindness they could have shown today until tomorrow. Rena was usually cheerful and silly, but right now she wasn't like that at all. She was taking my troubles seriously. It was a little reassuring.
でも圭一君はそれに気づけた。
But Keiichi-kun, you realized it.
それはとても素敵なことだと思う。
I think that's a wonderful thing.
だからその不安な気持ち大切にしてもいいと思うの。
So that unease you have, I think you should keep it close to your heart.
この不安を大切に。
Keep my unease close?
そう、
Yes.
明日には大災害でみんな死んじゃうかもしれない。
Everyone might die tomorrow in a big catastrophe.
だから今日みんなにいっぱい優しくしよう。
So you should be really nice to everyone today.
本当に週末が訪れた時後悔しないために。
So when the end really does come, you don't regret it.
レナは実践してるのか？
Do you do that, Rena?
明日みんなが死んじゃっても後悔しないようにさ。
Live like you would have no regrets if everyone died tomorrow?
Mm.
Yep. Such a hyperbolic conversation. But Rena just gave me a nonchalant nod of her head.
レナは楽しい毎日がたった一日を境に終わってしまうことを知ってるから。
Rena knows what it's like for the fun times to end overnight.
今日が楽しくても明日も楽しい保証なんかないって知ってるから。
She knows there's no proof tomorrow will be fun, even if today is.
生きてるよ、
I'm living
精一杯。
life to the fullest. It seemed like Rena perfectly understood all the anxiety I couldn't put into words. And on top of that, like a reliable teacher, she showed me what to do. Oh. Hey, Keiichi-Mabara, there's no need to cry now.
ゆうべ聡子の夢を見た気がするんだ。
Last night, I feel like I had a dream about Sadako.
どんな夢だったかは思い出せないけど、朝からずっと不安で。
I don't remember what kind of dream it was, but ever since this morning I've felt anxious.
さとこちゃんの元気な顔を見れたら安心するつもりだった。
Because you thought seeing Sadako-chan's energetic face would cheer you up,
かな。
right? She was right on the money. If everyone had been here with smiles on their faces this morning, then the murk in my heart would have definitely been blown to smithereens.
じゃあさとこちゃんが来たら優しくしてあげることだね。
Then, if Sadako-chan arrives, you'll have to be nice to her.
うんうん、いつもの悪ふざけでも一向に構わない。
Actually, it's totally fine if you play your usual pranks on each other,
楽しく過ごすことができるなら。
as long as you're having fun.
そうだな。
Yeah, you're right. So that even if these fun days came to an end, I'd have no regrets. I couldn't tell if what Rena told me had been comforting or just made me more anxious. But it was enough to make me think that if I saw Sadako again, I'd be honest with her. Lunchtime arrived, with everyone pushing their desks together like always. Sadako wasn't here. Despite that, we had bento boxes for 5 lined up on our desks. Rika-chan had made a bento for Sadako, too.
さとこ、お昼までには来るはずだったの？
Was Sadako supposed to be here before lunch? Rika-chan was clearly acting strangely. We were talking to her, but it felt like she was too far away to hear us. I'd never seen Rika-chan so downcast. So the rest of us started feeling down too. Hey, Rena. I understood what she had said before pretty well. When we're together, we're supposed to have lots of fun so we wouldn't have any regrets if the world ended tomorrow. And yet, well, I just resolved myself to do it. Now we can't all be together. What the hell? Because it was just so sudden, wasn't it? I mean, yesterday was fun, so who could believe it would all end today? No volcanoes had erupted, and no earthquakes or fires had happened either. Cicadas were making the same noise as they did yesterday, and the sun remained bright in the sky. It was the same normal day as always. So then why... As I pondered, Rena's chopsticks reached in front of my face and stole the fried chicken out of my bento. Oh, Rena, you silly dog. No one else wants it. Rena will take it. Delicious. Rena tossed the entire piece into her mouth and began munching on it, her expression one of bliss. I'm such an old man. Rena got a leg up on me. Alright. This old man's taking this bit of steak here. Meep. All my food is gone except my rice. Rika-chan, also behind the curve, smiled again and waited for someone else's bento. As I sat there, dazed at how quickly everyone had changed, Rena sent a wink over to me. Come on, Kichi-kun. Live life to the fullest. That way, if a volcano erupts tomorrow, it'll be okay. This is serious. I'll be damned if dried plums and rice are the only things I have left for lunch. I'm taking that meatball. I stuffed the meat into my mouth and constructed a clumsy smile. I played along as if trying to fool myself. But as I did, it rapidly became less and less of an act. Sadako still wasn't here. But at some point we had regained our lively lunchtime. We had fun, we smiled, and we fooled around. Thanks, everyone. It was definitely the best thing to do. This way, when Sadako suddenly dropped by, we could welcome her with our best smiles. The more I smiled, the more I felt the anxiety from this morning clearing away. Wasn't there a proverb that went something like, fortune comes in by a merry gate? I think so. If it's true, then this old man will roll around the floor laughing 24/7. Rena thinks it's true. If you laugh every day, it'll be fun every day. Rena has a way with words. Then, should we try it out? Everyone took a deep breath and brought their faces together, locking shoulders. And then... You can hear Keiichi's laugh so I mean, his went on longer, but even while they were all going on, you can hear his so distinctly. And all of them, their laughs sound very similar. Everyone laughed uproariously from their stomachs, trying to laugh out all of the bad stuff accumulating in them. By the time our bento boxes were empty, everyone was right as rain. Wowee, the mood is back to fun. Where's Sadako? Where's Sadako? What's happened to her? Having heard our friendly banter, Tomota-kun and Okamura-kun walked up and timidly spoke to us. My boys! Excuse me, Babara-san. Sorry to interrupt your fun, but... We need your help with something. They grinned dryly and scratched their heads.
なんだよ一体。
What could it be?
テストの対策法は以前教えただろ。
Want to know how to remove the censor bars in porn magazines?
ちなみに、千恵先生が授業中、と含み笑いを教科書で隠した時が次のテスト範囲だ。
By the way, don't believe what you hear about butter doing the trick. Total superstition. You can't use an eraser either.
そうなんですか？
Wait, what? Seriously? It's not what we're here for, said Tomoto-kun, elbowing Okamura-kun.
実はですね、
Actually,
ボールが2階の雨どいに引っかかっちゃったんですよ。
our ball got caught in the gutter on the second floor.
前原さんなら身長高いからなんとかなるんじゃないかと思って。
We were thinking you might be able to reach it since you're tall.
ほう。
I see.
先輩に物を頼むからには何か見返りがあるんだろうな。
Asking an upperclassman for help comes with its own price, you know.
俺は高いぜ。
I'm not cheap.
簡単に買収できると思うなよ。
Can't buy me out so easily. Tomoto-kun and Okamura-kun conversed for a short time, then gave their reply.
では、前原さんには授業中に居眠りができる権利を与えましょう。
We'll give you the right to take a nap during class, my Bara-san.
それでどうです？
How does that sound?
なんだそりゃ。
What do you mean?
授業中に寝るのは俺の勝手だろ。
I can sleep during class whenever I want.
なんでお前らに権利をもらわなくちゃならんのだ。
Why do I need your permission for it?
そんなことないですよ。
Oh, no, you can't.
今度は前原さんが居眠りしたら全部先生に言いつけることにしますから。
The next time you take a nap, we'll tell Sensei about it. It's not funny.
なるほど、うまいうまい。
I see. How sly.
こいつら
You little.
とんでもない交渉の仕方覚えやがって。
Where did you learn to bargain like that?
すみません。
Sorry.
ちょっとした冗談っす。
It was just a little joke.
ほらほら、ゲイちゃん。
Come on, Kei-chan.
おとなしく後輩たちの脅迫に屈したら
Why not just cave into your underclassmen's threats? And now Mion was getting on my nerves. Suddenly it came to me, and I took Tomoto-kun and Okamura-kun's hands.
わかった。俺の降参だ。
Alright, I surrender.
ボールを取ってやるから、居眠りの権利を俺にくれ。
I'll get your ball for you, so give me all the rights to nap time. Huh?
ええ、
Oh, okay.
見ろ、ミオン。
Look,
俺はちゃん
Mion,
と権利をもらったぞ。
I now have the privilege.
でも、お前はもらってないよな。
But you don't, do you?
ドミタ君、岡村君、
Tomoto-kun, Okamura-kun.
ミオンが居眠りしたら、すぐにチクれ。
Tell on Mion as soon as she falls asleep.
いいな。
Got it?
よーし。
Yeah! Rena and Rika-chan began to cackle at Keiichi-kun's victory. I wasn't sure how the ball managed to get stuck up there, but it was planted firmly in the school building's second floor gutter.
その棒を貸せ。
Hand me that stick.
俺なら多分届く。
Should be able to reach it.
よいしょっと。
Here we go. I took a bamboo pole and poked the ball with it. Damn, it's hard. Come on.
取れた。
Oh, we got it.
取れましたよ、前原さん。
You got it, my Vara-san.
どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you so much. The ball rolled down the gutter and fell down behind the school building. My underclassmen ran over in that direction, leaving me by myself. Mission complete, I guess. Sheesh. There was still a lot of time left until lunch break was over. Guess I should go back to the classroom. I'd absorb myself in a silly conversation with everyone and wait for afternoon classes. Just when I thought that and turned around towards the entrance, someone suddenly called out to me. No! 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 Get the fuck away! No! 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 Wait! 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 Something has happened. Hello there. Good day.
お昼休
break. It's not even Watsunagashi yet. Sorry for bothering you during your lunch break. It was a middle-aged man I didn't know. Or maybe I'd passed by him a few times and I'd seen his face, but I didn't know him. When his half smile deepened, something within me shuddered with fear. There was no basis for that, no reason, but I shuddered. I was somewhat confused about those emotions, not quite understanding them myself. There was one thing I could say, though. Nobody but teachers and students should be at school. This person shouldn't have been here. This fucking song. I felt less of a tremble and more of a sense of dread. Like a caterpillar, brilliantly colored in garish, bilious greens, were crawling across my forehead. A feeling of disgust that neither itchy nor gross could describe as the frizzly, dreadful hair rubbed against my brow. I didn't even want to see his face. I wanted to jump backwards and run away. An unpleasant feeling for which I didn't even know the cause. The other side of myself has nothing but questions. Hey, what are you doing? What are you disgusted by? This is the first time you've met him. It's rude to hate someone for no reason. No answers were coming. I held my silence, waiting, a damp sweat running down my forehead. When he saw that, Uishi thought maybe he was being intimidating and gave me a relaxed smile.
ああ、失礼しました。
Oh, please excuse me.
怪しいもんじゃないんですよ。
I'm no one suspicious, I assure you.
私、沖宮警察署から参りました。
I'm
大
Uishi,
石と申します。
from the Yokinomiya Police Department.
あれ、手帳どこかな。
Wait, where did I put my card?
あれ
Huh?
あれ
What?
参ったな。
This is...
いや
What? He fished through various pockets, then finally found his police ID and showed it to me, grinning dryly. He may have been trying to use those clumsy-seeming actions to ease my anxiety, but I could definitely say it didn't work. Why was I this nervous? There was a reason, of course. If I wanted today to be the same as before, then today I didn't need someone who hadn't been here back then. The fact that a man who wasn't here yesterday showed up today meant that today would be a different day than those before it. That would mark the end of the fun and happy days. That's not the right attitude, Keiichi, but also this guy is a harbinger of death. Keiichi's reaction to him this chapter is very interesting. Yeah, right, like he implicitly knows that there are bad things coming with this guy, even though in this chapter he hasn't met him yet. I find that very interesting. It does sort of fuel my theory that Keiichi retains at least some stuff from the previous chapter loops, you know, because I'm still rolling off of, I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say time loops are a thing. But seems like he retains some stuff, like a natural aversion to Uishi. After, you know, because, I mean, after Uishi shows up, that's when things tend to always go to shit. Calm down, Kichimabara. Just an old guy who looks kind of perverted and came to the police department. Don't go deciding that the fun times are over. He just came here because of his job. Yeah, just for his job. If he's working, then he would normally go to the teacher's lounge, right? The fact that he spoke to me, yes, it must have been to ask where it was.
職員室をお探しですか？
Are you looking for the teacher's lounge?
なら、あそこの昇降口から入って。
You just have to go through the entrance and... I didn't want to look at this man for another second, so I started pushing things along. Uishi, however, didn't seem to have any interest in the teacher's lounge.
ああ、いえいえ。
Oh, no.
職員室にはそんなに用事はないんです。
I don't have anything to do there.
それより、お友達を呼んでもらいたいんですが、お願いできますかね？
Could I get you to call a friend of yours, if I may be so bold?
ふんふん。
お友達？
A friend?
誰です？
Ooh.
女の子です。
His smile is gone. A girl.
北条聡子さんを呼んできてもらえませんか？
Could you call Sadako Hojo-san for me? My consciousness grew faint. Like his pillar was looking at me, about to crawl into my ear. Its frizzly, dreadful hair was touching my ear cavity. That's how bad it felt.
警察が聡子に何の用ですか？
What did the police need with Sadako?
いえいえいえ、
No, no, no.
大した用事じゃないんです。
It's nothing important.
2、3聞きたいことがありまして、
I just had 2 or 3 things to ask.
ご協力をいただければ嬉しいんですがね。
I'd like it if you could cooperate with me. Why? It smelled bad. Just a whiff of it made me want to grimace. I knew that this man couldn't possibly be here to deliver her lost wallet or anything. I couldn't imagine what he needed from Sadako, but it had to be something unpleasant. My throat stung with burning pain. Burned like a parched, creviced wasteland. The wasteland broke apart deep in my throat and brought out the words from deep in my mind.
あんたに用はあっても。
Things might still work out. This guy may have shown up out of the blue, but if I drove him off, maybe I could make it so that it never happened. If I could do that, then I could get back. The piece we had until yesterday, I could get it back.
これは手厳しいな。
Well, well, you sure are strict.
あなた、聡子さんのマネージャーさんですかな？
Are you Sadako-san's manager, perhaps?
アポイントメントがないと面会は叶いませんか？
Can I not see her without an appointment?
うんうん。
話がしたいだけなら。
Breaking through a dam would have been the perfect analogy to use. Why didn't I like this man? This man shouldn't have been here. I needed to make it so that this man wasn't here. Childish, selfish emotions bubbled up from the depths of my mind, and they each came out of my mouth just as it had been formed. Not liking the guy was my own problem. To say things so bluntly to him, even I thought I was crazy.
ありゃ。
Oh,
いちいち正論な方ですね。
you're the logical sort, aren't you?
こういう言い方をする人は苦手なんだよな。
I'm not too good with people who talk like that. Uishi grinned and scratched at his sweaty throat. Even as he feigned stupidity, I could tell he was irritated. Hey, Kishimabara. Why am I looking for a fight with this old policeman here? It's not like he brought the gift of misfortune with him all wrapped up in paper, right? Right. Wasn't like he had brought a package of misfortune with him and was asking me to sign here, please. Rationally speaking, I understood all that. So then why was I so... Finally, I outlasted Uishi in our game of silence and he gave a big sigh. Then he addressed a few of my female underclassmen running around nearby.
ああ、もしもし、君たち。
Oh, excuse me, all of you.
ちょっといいですかな。
Do you have a moment?
北条聡子さんを呼んできてほしいんですがね。
I'd like you to call Sadako Hojo-san if you could. My underclassmen tried to smile in reply, but they noticed the oddly stiff air atmosphere around me and seemed hesitant to give a quick answer.
いませんか？
Is she not here?
北条聡子さんは。
Sadako Hojo-san?
北条さんは今日はお休みですけど。
Hojo-san, she stayed home today.
休み。
Stayed home? His face remained smiling, but his tone was clearly one of ill humor. Such conspicuous spite caused my underclassmen, who had answered honestly, to cringe.
そうです。
Dear me, dear me.
これはついてないです。
I'm quite unlucky. He was smiling broadly, but the way he laughed stopped.
で、
So,
君たち、
you girls,
ここにいるお兄さんは、なんて名前か教えてくれますか？
could you tell me the name of this boy here?
え？
He grabbed the girls by the shoulders so they wouldn't run away and crouched down to address them at eye level. The girls flinched away from the sharp, piercing light in his eyes. In exchange for their release, they didn't resist and told him my name.
ほう。
I see.
前原圭一さんですか。
Keiichiro Maibara-san. Help but shudder. It was like he had grabbed me by the collar just with those words.
ああ、あなたひょっとして例の前原屋敷の御曹司。
Oh, could you be the son of the Maibara family I've heard so much about? He doesn't look happy.
お父さん、高名な芸術家さんなんですってね。
I hear your father is a renowned artist.
年に2回ほど東京の大展覧会に出展されてるそうじゃないですか。
His works go on display twice a year in the great exhibition in Tokyo, don't they?
どんな立派な絵を描かれるかは存じませんがね。
Then there's...
どこぞの女子大を出られてるそうじゃないですか。
She went to some girls' university, didn't she?
あの年の女性で女子大でなんてすごいですよ。
It's amazing for someone that age to have graduated from a girls' university.
ひょっとしてお母さん、両家のお嬢さんなんじゃないですか。
Could your mother actually be the daughter of a respectable family?
なんて噂が立ってるせいか。冷たい人だなんて噂が立てられてるなんてご存知ね。
At least those are the rumors, and they say she's a cold person because of it. Did you know that?
町内会の会合、最初の1回以外は出てないでしょう。
She only went to the very first neighborhood association meeting, right?
そういうのっていけないんですよね。
That's certainly no good.
こういう土地では、ご近所付き合いをないがしろになんかできませんよ。
Can't disrespect your neighbors in a place like this.
うん。
Oh, alright, Uishi, let's reel it back a bit. No, he's clearly... he's not happy with me. He's fucking with me after I was a dick to him. No, he's making it clear that, like, don't fuck with me. A sense of eeriness slithered up my spine. That was my first experience of true terror. Couldn't believe it.
作らない方が絶対にいいですよ。
In a place like this, it'd be far better not to make enemies, wouldn't it?
さもないと。
If not... Ow. Uishi dug into my shoulders with inhuman strength.
思わぬところで不利益を受けるかもしれません。
And if something unexpected were to happen, you might see some drawbacks.
因果応報ということ。
You ever heard of karma?
風のようなところで買った恨みが信じられないところで帰ってくることがあるかもしれません。
Grudges born in strange places could come back to you in ways you wouldn't believe.
そうなったら嫌でしょう。
You wouldn't like that, would you?
誰だって恨みなんか買いたくないんです。
Nobody wants to have a grudge held against them.
敵を作らないに越したことなんかない。
There's nothing positive about making enemies.
ん？
Hmm?
どうしました？
What's the matter?
肩がだいぶ凝ってますね。
Your shoulders are very stiff.
ちょっと揉んであげましょうか。
Should I give you a massage?
ほら、気持ちいいでしょ。
See, feels good, right? Okay, get off of me! Ow, 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 ow. This man wasn't just strong. It was like... he knew exactly where to press to make me feel pain. Ah, Only 4 or 5 fingers are on my shoulders, and yet the pain made me want to bend for my class. Were pretty shaken up, but didn't seem to want to help me.
ください。
Coach! Behind Oishi-san, someone my disbelief. Certainly has been a while since we were last in touch. Stream is buffering really bad. Is that a your side thing or a my side thing? Let's look on my own side. Let's take a second to monitor this. I think it's just a your side thing, but I don't know. Oh my, if it isn't Dr. Erie. Certainly it's been a while since we were last in touch. These two know each other, and also Erie is a doctor, apparently. Or he's calling him that for some other reason. Discomforted by Coach's sudden appearance, Ueshi laughed scornfully. The vice on my shoulders, however, remained as strong as ever.
挨拶はいいです。
Never mind the greetings.
それよりも、前原くんを話してあげてください。
Please, just...
しようと思っていたんですよ。
I was just thinking of stopping by your place later, Doctor.
いつもお忙しいとかで、ろくろくお話ができませんからね。
You always seem so busy and we can never have a good chat.
ええ。
Yes.
お望みとあれば、いくらでもお話を伺いますよ。
If you want, I'll chat with you all you like.
でもその前に、令状をお持ちになってください。
But please be sure to have a warrant first.
職務質問と任意同行は拒否できますからね。
After all, otherwise, I can refuse to go voluntarily into your questioning. Coach didn't display a shred of the weird behavior he'd shown at the baseball game and barbecue. He stared steadily at Oishi and fought so that he would release me. His chances were terribly bad, of course. Compared to the relaxed Oishi, Coach seemed like he was being defeated mentally. Made sense. Coach had a somewhat narrow stature, but Oishi's body was packed with muscles. It wasn't even a contest. But Coach was fighting for me without taking a step back. Beads of sweat formed on his face, and though he paled, he was fighting for my sake. Suddenly, Oishi laughed and let go of my shoulders. My body exhausted, I fell right onto my backside.
前原くん、
Barakun,
大丈夫ですか？
are you alright?
くそ。いってててて。
Damn it, ow. I rubbed my shoulders where Oishi had latched onto them. The pain from falling over went away quickly, but this pain was lingering.
大丈夫ですか？前原くん。
Are you alright, my Barakun?
ひどいことを。
This is terrible.
くそ。
肩を揉んだだけじゃないですか。
I was just...
さすぎですよ。
Obara-san, aren't you...
ふんふん。
Boys have got to learn to man up. I wanted... If you're really hurt, then you should have a proper checkup.
とにかく、保健室へ。
Let's just go to the nurse's office. Coach lent me his shoulder and walked beside me.
大げさですね。
What an exaggeration.
私に限って傷が残るような真似をするわけがないじゃないですか。
I'd be the last person.
そのつもりでいてください。
I'm going to complain about this directly to the chief, so please keep that in mind.
それは困りますね。
Oh, that's a problem, ain't it?
ふんふんふんふんふん。
Wushi-san waved his hand sarcastically, pivoted around, and headed to the car parked by the school gates. And without turning back around, he got in and started the engine. Damn it. Who the hell was he? Damn it.
あいつは、大石クランドという刑事です。
Is it my internet then? I mean, I guess we're about halfway through, so we could do a BRB. That might be the best call. I could also take it as an opportunity to refill my drink. And hope it clears up. What do I even have on lunch break? Is it still Star Wars? I think so. Oh, it's not C-3PO walking through the desert, but no, it's fucking Planet of the Apes in here. Does that thumbnail say gay piece of shit? What? Okay. Um, let's see here. What do we want to put on? I'm putting this on.
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
That's a Fantastic Four ad.
Stop it, Johnny.
All right, baby. Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House.
I'll leave that on loop while I go get some water.
Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House. All right, baby. Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House. All right, baby. Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House. All right, baby. Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House. All right, baby. Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House. All right, baby. Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane, I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House. Alright, baby. Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House. Alright, baby. Come on. Here we go now. My name is House. Knock on my door. I'ma cure you like you ain't never been cured before. My name is House. You may not like me, but you're gonna survive. Well, my name is House. We're gonna cure everyone in the world. I got my cane. I got my crew. I'm in the house. My name is House. Alright, baby. Come on.
Something tickles my fancy about this particular visual effect that I have on our BRB screen videos. Like where it's all yellow, but you can see through bits to see the "we'll be right back." There's something about it that I like.
I got my cane, I got my crew, I'm in the house, my name is House.
Okay, that's enough. Oh, I didn't even realize the title is House Empty Them Song Rap. Also didn't buffer at all while you were gone. Well, how funny is that? What else should we put on? Anyone want to send a YouTube link? I'll end our BRB here in a minute. But if anyone wants to, Jade, if you want to put a YouTube link in the chat, I can copy it probably and put it in here. So pick your poison. I'm trying to think of what I want to put in here. I'm trying to think of a video. Oh, I know what to put.
Speak. Your son has inadvertently, we hope, sent my gorgeous granddaughter Isabel an appalling picture. It's very rude.
I don't know if any of you have seen the original video, and I don't care.
This is not Jungle Book, darling. This
I
is a
should tune the.
Listen here, yeah, Shirley. Listen here, Shirley. But it's a picture of a gorilla.
completely lascivious.
I
I've never seen anything
I inverted it.
in my entire life. I'm deeply. I want to speak to your young boy right now. Bring him downstairs, please. Thank
Why? You can speak to me.
You can probably see shit more clearly now.
Am I laughing? No. I'm deeply shocked.
But it's just a
It's
picture of a
not.
gorilla.
Gorilla, 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 gorilla. It's not a very nice picture. I don't know where he got that from. Certainly not at London Zoo. In my day, at the chimpanzees' tea party, and they all threw bananas at each. Inadvertently, we
Oh,
sent my gorgeous granddaughter Isabel an appalling picture. It's very rude.
there's the gorilla.
It's not.
It's a picture
Yeah.
of a gorilla.
Rude gesture.
Rude gesture.
This is not Jungle Book, darling.
I can mess with
This is a
these
very
filters. I can turn
rude
off the color
picture
key,
he
and
has
then that makes everything
for
disappear.
her.
Listen here, yeah, Shirley. Listen here.
Calm down. It's disgusting.
But it's a picture of a gorilla.
Disgusting in my entire life. I'm deeply. I want to speak to your young boy. Am I laughing? No. It's not very nice. Pansy's tea party. And they all threw bananas at each other. It was such.
Oh, it's so much clearer, isn't it? More.
Love. I'm not
The
being
filter
inappropriate,
turned down like
I thought,
this.
okay, it was an inappropriate picture.
I'll go ahead and... Whatever. You could certainly see it more clearly. Maybe it's better that way. I kind of like it. I had the filter turned way up before. No, don't autoplay. Ahem. He's a detective named Kurado Uishi.
乱暴者でね。
And a hooligan.
村中に嫌われている男です。
Everyone in the village hates him.
前原さんも用心した方がいい。
Mabara-san, you should be careful too. Kurado Uishi. Just like I thought, my gut instinct wasn't wrong. He would be the one. The one to bring unhappiness, misfortune. Something that would ruin our peace. Shit. I won't accept it. All these fun days can't possibly end just because some guy like him showed up. I won't accept it. Coach seemed to be familiar with the school, so he brought me to the nurse's office without much trouble. The girls from my class came along as well, looking worried. Our teacher and the principal, having noticed the disturbance, came to see what was the matter.
前原くん、
Maibara-kun,
どうしたんですか？
what's wrong?
怪我でも。
Are you hurt?
Well,
Well,
前原さん、さっき校庭で変なおじさんに。
there was this weird man in the schoolyard just now, and Mabara-san... Coach gently interrupted the girls trying to explain.
いえ、
No.
ちょっと転んでひねったみたいです。
It looks like he just fell and twisted something.
大丈夫だとは思いますけど、念のためと思いましてね。
I think he's alright, but I just wanted to make sure.
保健室をちょっとお借りいたします。
If it's fine with you, I'll borrow the nurse's office for a bit.
入江先生、よろしくお願いしますぞ。
Please do, Dr. Erie. The principal gave him a deep bow. It looked like Coach was acquainted with the adult at school. I don't think we've been here before. He slid open the doors to the nurse's office, but there wasn't a nurse in there or anything. I'd figured. I'd never seen anyone but Chi-sensei and the principal working here. Coach didn't seem to mind the fact that there was no nurse and quickly made his way into the nurse's office. He instructed me to sit down and started washing his hands in the sink. Oh, I get it. He's the coach for the boys' baseball team. He must be pretty used to treating wounds with first aid.
ちょっと患部を見せてもらえますか？
Could you show me where it was?
まだ痛みます。
Are you still in pain?
いえ、もう全然痛みません。
No, it doesn't hurt at all anymore.
本当に大丈夫です。
I'm fine, really. I rolled up my shirt and showed him my shoulder. No bruise, not even nail marks. And yet it hurt so much I thought my shoulders would be crushed. Even the pain had disappeared without a trace. It hurt so much, but not so much as a bruise remained.
それだけあいつが慣れているということですよ。
Just means he's used to doing that. Used to it, huh?
今度会った時は挑発しないことです。
The next time you meet, don't provoke him.
あいつを怒らせて得をすることは何もありませんからね。
Nothing good will come of making him angry.
自宅に制服警官を連れて押しかけてきたら、ご家族だっていい気持ちはしないでしょ。
Go home with a uniformed policeman by your side. Your family won't like that, will they?
それは確かに。
Well, you're right.
しかし、
Still,
何があったんです？
what happened?
前原さんがあいつと喧嘩になるなんて。
Why did you end up in a fight with him?
あいつ、聡子に用事があるとか言ってきて。
He came up and said he needed something from Sadako.
え？
Huh?
聡子ちゃんにですか？
Sadako-chan? Coach's gaze lowered and his expression clouded a bit. Somehow that gesture seemed to be saying Wish was bound to come to Sadako, and did, and that it was no laughing matter. Coach fell silent in thought. Quietly, he took a compress out of the first aid kit and put it on me.
あの男はまだ聡子ちゃんにつきまとうつもりなんでしょうか？
Does he still plan on clinging to Sadako-chan?
本当に蛇みたいにしつこい男です。
He's a persistent man, I'll give him that. Like a snake. Coach mumbled to himself.
つきまとう？
Cling?
あの大石っていうやつ、たびたび聡子のところへ来てるんですか？
Does that Oishi guy go to Sadako's place a lot? Coach didn't answer, but the lack of a denial served well enough. What on earth did the policeman, probably a detective or something, need from Sadako? What mistake had led a detective to cling to the sweetly smiling Sadako?
前原さんは、そうか。
Maibara-san. Oh, right.
引っ越してきたばかりでしたね。
You just moved here, didn't you?
ええ。
Yes.
そうですけど。
I did, but...
お社様のたたりと聡子ちゃんの話は少しは聞いたことがありますか？
Have you heard anything about Oishiro-sama's curse and about Sadako-chan? Well, I know a few things about it, certainly.
聡子の両親がダム計画の賛成派で、
Sadako's parents were dam proponents,
転落事故で死んだのはたたりだって話ですか？
and their accidental death was because of the curse. You mean that? Coach smiled thinly and dryly. So you know, he said, dropping his gaze. If I recalled correctly, there was an accident on a viewing platform at the public park she'd gone to with her family, and her parents died. And then, it was just big brother and little sister. And then she was with Rika-chan and...
ご両親が亡くなった聡子ちゃんとお兄さんの聡君はおじ夫婦宅に身を寄せることになりました。
When they lost their parents, Sadako-chan and her brother, Satoshi-kun, were given to their uncle and his wife to care for them.
あ、そうなんですか。
Oh, is that so? Their parents died in the accident and Satoshi ran away, leaving only Sadako to start living with Rika-chan. I'd known that much, but this was the first time I'd heard they'd been brought to their uncle and aunt.
おじというのは聡子ちゃんのお父さんの弟にあたる方なんですがね。
Their uncle was Sadako-chan's father's younger brother.
残念なことに夫婦揃ってちょっと尊敬に値する方々ではありませんでした。
Unfortunately, neither of the couple were people deserving of respect. Coach normally picked his words politely. So when he came out and said they didn't deserve respect, it really made me wonder what kind of people they were.
聡子ちゃんの両親がダムに賛成していたとばっちりで、おじ夫婦も村内ではとても肩身の狭い思いをしていましたからね。
As soon as Sadako-chan's parents came out and supported the dam, their uncle and aunt took on a lot of the shame in the village as well.
サトコちゃんたちを歓迎するはずもなかったんです。
They would never have welcomed in Sadako-chan and Satoshi-kun.
サトコちゃんたち兄弟にとってとても辛い生活だったと聞きを読んでいます。
I've heard that for the siblings it was a very rough life. Bit by bit, Coach told me about the numerous agonies the Hojo siblings had suffered at their uncle's house. As their guardians, their aunt and uncle sucked up everything belonging to their immediate family. Satoko and Satoshi were crammed into a small room, and their lives were laden with things that were miserable both for their bodies and minds. In the first place, since apparently their aunt and uncle weren't on good terms, there was no end to their fighting. And as if in revenge for that, whenever they saw Satoko or Satoshi's face, they would always find fault with them, scold them, yell at them, strike them, and take away meals as punishment.
今思い出してもゾッとします。
I still shudder to think about it.
今の元気なサトコちゃんしか知らないあなたには土系色の顔をしてただ日陰でぼーっとしているだけの彼女など想像もつかないでしょう。
You've never known any Sadako but the energetic and healthy one now, so you probably couldn't imagine her face being so deathly pale, a girl always standing dazed in the shade of trees. I couldn't imagine it, and I didn't want to. That was how I honestly felt. But at the very least, Sadako wasn't like that anymore. She may have had a miserable life in the past, but it was different now. Something happened to change that life.
去年の綿流しのお祭りの夜にね、おばが死んでしまったんです。
Last year, on the night of the Watanagashi festival, their aunt died.
異常者にバットか何かで殴り殺されて。
She was beaten to death by a deviant with a baseball bat.
綿流しの祭りの夜には村の旧敵がたたりで死ぬと噂されてましたからね。
Rumors spread of the curse having killed an enemy of the village on the night of the festival.
この死も単なる殺人事件としてだけでなく、お社様のたたりではないかと村中でささやかれました。
His death wasn't a simple homicide either. They whispered that it was actually Oyashiro-sama's curse. A few days later, the deviant arrested for drug use confessed to further offenses, and the incident was resolved. However, though it was resolved, no one knew whether the part about it being Oyashiro-sama's curse was true or not.
おじだって平見沢の人間ですからね。
Their uncle is part of Hinamizawa, after all.
お社様のたたりを大層怖がり、逃げ出して雲隠れしてしまったそうです。
He apparently grew incredibly frightened of Oyashiro-sama's curse and went into hiding.
聞いた話では、沖宮あたりの実婚の中の女性宅に転がり込んでるとか。
From what I've heard, he's staying with an intimate lady friend somewhere in Okinomiya.
それで解放されたんですか？
And Sadako and Satoshi,
サトコたちは
were they released?
おばは死に、おじは逃げ出し、
Their aunt died and their uncle fled.
誰も兄弟をいじめる者はいなくなるはずだったんですが、
There was nobody left to torment the siblings then, but
まるでその後を継ぐように、あの男が執拗に現れるようになったんです。
as if picking up their torch, that man started showing up with alarming tenacity.
あの男？
That man? Then Coach lowered his voice just a bit as if being aware of his surroundings.
大石です。
I mean Uishi.
大石。
Uishi,
さっきの男。
the guy from before. The events that just occurred came back to me. The hard to describe ominous sensation I'd felt from him came back to me.
あいつは少しおかしいんですよ。
He's a little strange.
お社様のたたりをめぐる一連の事件はみんな解決しているのに、あいつだけがそれを認めていないんです。
The chain of incidents surrounding Oishiro-sama's curse have all been solved, and that he alone doesn't want to accept that. Accept it? The incidents were all solved, and detectives supposedly with the police department didn't accept that?
あいつが近づく人間には必ず何かよからぬことが起こると言われています。
People say that something bad will surely happen to those he gets close to.
ひなみ沢ではね、大石のことをお社様の
In Hinamizawa, they think Uishi is Oshiro-sama's. Interesting. Interesting talk, coach. Hi, Mion. Kei-chan. The door flew open with a rattle and Mion came rushing in. Rena and Rika-chan came running in a few steps behind her, and then Tomoto-kun, Okamura-kun, and a few more of our classmates. Kei-chan. Did Uishi do something to you? Are you hurt?
落ち着いてミオンさん。
Calm down, Mion-san.
怪我はありませんよ。
He's not injured.
念のため湿布をしているだけです。
I only gave him a compress just in case.
ケイチ君、本当に大丈夫かな？
They're gonna kill Uishi. Keiichi-kun, are you really okay? Okay?
みんなに聞いたら首を絞め上げられてたとか言ってて。
Everyone was saying stuff about how you were being strangled. No, that didn't
落
happen.
ち着けよレナ。
たく、
Jeez.
あんたら何やってんだよ。
What the heck were you all doing?
仲間だろ。
We're friends, right?
なんでぼーっとしてたんだよ。
Why are you just standing around?
なんでケイちゃんを助けなかったんだよ。
Why didn't you help Kei-chan?
ごめんなさい、委員長。
Sorry, President. Mion yelled at our classmates, baring her fangs. Tomoto-kun and the others hung their heads in silence.
よせよミオン。
Quit it, Mion.
富田君たちはその場にいなかったんだ。
Tomoto-kun and the others weren't even there.
責めるのはよせ。
Stop blaming them.
くしょう。
Damn it.
大石のやつ。
Uishi. Mion kicked the floor with her heel a few times, her temper running hot. Our teacher, overhearing the commotion, arrived as well.
こらこらこら。
Hey, come on, everyone.
保健室で騒がしくしてはいけません。
Don't make so much noise in the nurse's office.
委員長、もう行こう。
Let's get going.
ケイチ君は大丈夫だって。
Keiichi-kun's fine.
ほら、みーちゃんも。
You too, Mi-chan. Mion was letting her emotions get the best of her, so Rena stepped in instead and led everyone out of the nurse's office. The detective from Okinomiya Station, Kurado Uishi. He looked like the first impression I'd gotten from him hadn't been mistaken. Satoko's absence had amplified the vague apprehensions I'd felt since yesterday. And Uishi's appearance basically sealed the deal.
さて、
Alright,
じゃあ私は
I'll
こ
get
れで
going.
失礼します。
This chapter, now the chapter as a whole, of course, is about over. Do you think we could do another or just a bit of the next since this one was shorter? Maybe I won't cut it off at 2 hours. We'll see. We'll see.
もともと千恵先生に用事があってきたんです。
I originally came here for Chi-sensei.
あ、用事があって学校に来たんですよね。
Ah, so you got something to do here.
俺なんかのためにどうもすみませんでした。
Sorry for causing you trouble. Don't be so humble, he said, smiling easily.
おかげで役得と言いますか、堪能できましたよ。
I was lucky enough.
あふー。
I wish he wasn't. With the usual.
くれぐれも避けてください。腫れたりするようなことがあったら、すぐではないと思いますが。
I don't think it'll happen, though.
あ、何か言ってましたよね。
Before everyone came in, you were going to say it on the door and stopped.
ああ、
Right.
お社様の使いですよ。
They think he's Oyashiro-sama's servant.
もちろん悪口ですがね。
They're just bad-mouthing him, though.
お社様の使い？
Oyashiro-sama's servant?
前原さんは、ひなみ沢で毎年、綿流しの夜に起こる、ひなみ沢村連続開始事件。通称、 お社様のたたりのことはご存知ですか？
Do you know about the serial freak death incidents that occur in Hinamizawa every year on the night of the Watanagashi Festival, otherwise known as Oyashiro-sama's curse?
連続開始
What? Freak deaths?
え
What? Now that I thought about it, I did seem to remember overhearing Mion or someone in class talking about it like a ghost story. On the festival day in June, one person would always die. And another person would be spirited away. They seem to call it demoning away here. What a fine story that was. I figured they made it up to scare me, but it was true.
一体どこの誰が言い出したのかもわからない話ですが、
I don't have any idea who first suggested this.
いつの頃からか大石のことをお社様の使いと呼ぶようになりました。
But at some point, everyone started calling Oishi Oyashiro-sama's servant.
なぜですか
Why?
あの男がその年のたたりの犠牲者を決めている
Because the rumors go that he
と噂されているからです。
decides the sacrifices for the curse every year. Whenever June came around, Uishi would start paying frequent visits to Hinamizawa.
亡くなったり消えたりする人たちの多くがあの男の執拗な訪問を受けているからです。
Because Uishi had been persistently questioning most of the dead or disappeared people. 4 years ago, it was known that the victim of the dismemberment, rumored to be the sacrifice, had been seeing Uichi numerous times leading up to the incident. The sacrifices 3 years ago were Sadako's parents. Right before their accidental deaths, Uichi had apparently visited their home. The one who disappeared 2 years ago was Rika-chan's mother. And again, people know that before she vanished, Uichi had been talking to her extremely frequently. The one who disappeared last year, Sadako's older brother, Satoshi. Satoshi, too, had apparently been approached by Uishi many times before he vanished. And this year... This time, Uishi was trying to contact Sadako?
冗談じゃないです
This isn't a freaking joke.
噂ですよ、前原さん。
They're rumors, my Bara-san.
そういう噂があるというだけです。
There's just some rumors to that effect. That's interesting, that we're now learning that Uishi was talking to previous victims. He never talked to, as far as we know, at least, he never spoke to Tomitake or Takano. He kind of showed up afterwards in the previous chapters and asked me about it. And I mean, I always end up getting into some shit afterwards. But assuming the events of this chapter play out like the previous, and if Tomitake and Takano get sacrificed again, that would go against the narrative of him choosing the sacrifices, unless, you know, Tomitake and Takano just aren't the Watanagashi sacrifices, and it's they're getting fucked through something else. Because it could very well be me, right? I certainly get... certainly shit happens to me every time. I hadn't said that because of the rumors of Uishi being Oshiro-sama's servant, who was contacting someone foreshadowing who would be the sacrifice that year. Because of the ominous hatred I felt towards Uishi was becoming more substantiated, more real.
聡子、今日欠席したじゃないですか。
Today Sadako, she was absent today.
え、そうなんですか?
Wait, really? That looked like news to Coach. I thought he might have known why Sadako was absent today, but...
では失礼します。
Then I'll get going.
前原君も早くみんなのところに行って安心させてあげるといいでしょう。
You should get back to the others and put their minds at ease.
そうですね。
You're right.
そうします。
I will. Clatter. Coach left the nurse's office and headed towards the teacher's lounge. Okay, yeah. I'll do these tips. We'll go into the next section. Learn Sadako's secret. Interesting. We'll view these tips, we'll go into the next part, and we'll keep going until we hit our 2-hour 30 mark, because we still got another 30 minutes-ish left of the stream. Let's view these tips. They're both books. Research notes. The Hojo family. Every year, Oishiro-sama's curse claims 2 victims. This means that with 4 years in a row, there have been 8 now. But it's worthwhile to note half of them have been members of this family. Note, the curse on the second year, a certain falling accident, involved the death of Hojo, a dam proponent, and the disappearance of his wife. She was pronounced dead the following year after being considered to have vanished under perilous circumstances. The curse on the 4th year involved the death of the Hojo siblings' aunt, who was their foster mother, and the disappearance of the elder brother. The Hojo family is a poor one, and it's hard to say Mr. Hojo's job went very well. Apparently, upon re-employment via family connections, there is a plan for them to return to the home of the mother's side of the family. For Mr. Hojo, the eviction due to the Hinazawa Dam project and the payment of a large amount of compensation money was essentially a windfall. Mr. Hojo actively embraced the Ministry of Construction's negotiations from an early stage and was selected as representative of the dam proponents. It was rumored he had been bought out by the Ministry of Construction for doing so, but the truth is unknown. However, the dam proponents were in the vastly outnumbered minority. In addition, as the Sonozaki family strengthened its own foundation and promised support against the dam, all the proponents, save for Mr. Hojo, switched over to the anti-dam side. At this point, Hinamizawa was completely united against the dam, and Mr. Hojo was held up to ridicule as a stooge of the dam project's proponents. He was essentially used as a scapegoat for the anti-dam coalition. In the end, the dam project collapsed with Oishiro-sama's curse in the dismemberment incident. However, punishment towards the bitter enemies supporting the dam project continues to this day. There are not many left today who supported the dam project, nor who had a negative reputation at the time. If there were any candidates left for the curse, it's the husband of the housewife who was beaten to death last year, Teppei Hojo. And Mr. Hojo's daughter, Sadako Hojo. Oh, no. Strangely, these two are the only candidates left. Will this year's curse come down on the two of them? There's more than enough value in observing them both. Whose notes are these? Takano's, maybe? She's weird. Didn't feel like Uishi notes. But it could have been. But we got Uishi's post memo here. So let's read this. To Uishi-san. There's a call for you from Section 4's Chief Shigeharu. Apparently the slaughtered corpse in the Ojikawa River is related to the S group as we thought. We're still verifying what happened behind the scenes, but apparently the deceased filled up dozens of self-created fictional bank accounts to their limits with money from the S group, reaching around 100 million yen. It appears there were 3 or 4 men with former S-Group connections involved in this. They've already disappeared along with millions of yen. The deceased was tortured on that point for information. She was clearly slaughtered as an example to others. There are apparently some real wizards chasing down the people who disappeared. They're also spreading letters to related Yakuza groups not to harbor them. There's still no evidence that Teppei Hojo is one of those people. As far as Chief Shigeharu can tell, he hasn't been told anything. He was her pimp. She didn't trust him at all, did she? Teppei Hojo has left the apartment at Okinomiya and has returned to his former residence in Himizawa. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like him. So, Teppei, Sadako's uncle, and Sadako herself are seem like the prime candidates for the Watanagashi sacrifices, but that hasn't been the case. Like, in the previous chapters. You know, chapter 1 and 2, it was consistently... I say consistently, there's only 2 chapters previous to go off of, but both times it was Takano and Tomitake, because they broke into the storehouse. That was like an affront to Uishi. Not Uishi. Oyashiro-sama. Uishi, might be Uishi though, because he might be a servant. But that is a bit weird, right? That the previous victims were all related specifically to the dam project, and Takano and Tomitake aren't. Right? Like, they're odd ones in that sort of lineup of victims, right? Because it goes the first incident was the dismemberment. Yeah, there was the dismemberment of the dam. It was just some workers, right? I think. And then it was... Did it go Sadako's parents, because they were proponents of the dam, because I guess they were doing bad financially and they wanted the money, because they were going to get compensation for losing their house. So they wanted the money, and so they were in support of the dam, because they could use that money to go elsewhere. And hopefully do better. So they died. And then it goes... Then it goes Sadako's aunt, who I'm assuming, I guess, it was probably said at some point was also a dam proponent, or maybe she just got fucked for being related. And... Yeah, and then Rika's parents, which were Rika's parents? Oh, Rika's parents were before the aunt. Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember the order. Rika's parents, were they specifically dam proponents? Did we ever know? I feel like we probably know, right? I think it was said that they were dam proponents, but I might be imagining that. And then it's... I mean, clearly it doesn't matter, because I doubt Satoshi had many opinions on the dam. It just happens to be... he was the son of a dam proponent, so... It seems hereditary. We haven't talked about them, really? Yeah. I mean, it's not lost on me that it seems to be enemies of the Sonozakis who get fucked over a lot. Like, I mean, the Sonozakis were against the dam proposal. They became the heads of the, like, sort of anti-dam, like, protest. Like, they're kind of the leading figures in that. And then Hojos kind of get fucked over because they were pro-dam. And then uh, Rika's parents were the her family is also one of the influential families of the town. So them dying might be related to that, right? A rivalry with the Sonozakis. There was 3 big member. I don't remember. It's been like a year. Because the Furude family, the Sonozaki family, and I swear there was a 3rd one. But I don't remember. But if it's not Tomitake and Takano this time around... I forgot the name of the 3rd two, LMAO. Because it's not a family I think we know, right? But... like, if it's not Tomitake and Takano this time, then that's scary. Because then that means, you know, the victims of the Watanagashi can change in these loops, and they're not doomed for death, right? Which, good for them, bad for everyone else. Let's continue on. I should at least save.
守りたいと思う心に嘘はなかった。大切にしたいと思う心は誰よりも強いはずだった。優しさから生まれた感情はやがて殺意へと変わり、真っ白だった思いは赤と黒で染まってゆく。それが守りたかった日常の崩壊を意味していると分かっていながら、たたり殺し、何が間違っていたのか、その答えを探して悲劇はさらに広がってゆく。
That's not good.
北条さんは今日もお休みですか？
Is Hojo-san staying home today too?
古田さんは何か知っていますか？
Furude-san, do you know anything? The teacher's voice wasn't critical. Rika-chan hung her head, unable to answer, and I felt really bad for her. The teacher called Rika-chan up to, and they had an exchange in hushed tones at the dais. Whatever. At first, Rika-chan said that Sadako's fever had grown worse, but everyone in class knew it was a lie. Because every day, Rika-chan brought Sadako's bento with her.
さとこちゃん、どうしちゃったんだろうね。
Sadako-chan. I wonder what happened. Probably something with her fucking uncle.
俺が知るかよ。
Don't ask me. I'm the one who wants to know most of all. It was already the 3rd day since Sadako's first absence. Fuck. Ever since then, I haven't felt good. Until just last Sunday, everything had been so much fun. I had reached out to Sadako like a real older brother, and we spent that time quietly but warm and comfortable. So why had it suddenly been flipped over? The more I thought about it, the more I thought that the world had taken a turn for the worse ever since Oishi arrived. Thinking on it now, maybe the strange apprehensions plaguing me the night before Oishi arrived had been a sign. Kuraito Oishi, Oishiro-sama's servant.
そんなことあるもんか。
Shit, that's impossible.
あいつが現れたから、サトコが今年のたたりに会う役だなんて決められてたまるかよ。
They can't decide Sadako will be the curse victim this year just because he showed up. Just what sort of slip-up had I committed to cause those fun times to end so suddenly? Yes, it was the day before Uishi appeared. Shion, Mion, and Rena had spoken of the curse surrounding Satoshi and his disappearance. It was so sinister it gave me a bad premonition. Such a small thing was the slip-up. It invited Oishiro-sama's servant. It was absurd. I kept on groaning to myself that I would never accept it, ever. I obviously wasn't the only one suppressing my feelings. Mion and Rena were too. Everyone in the class was doing it. Rika-chan knew something about Sadako's situation, but she wouldn't tell us. Rika-chan still held a calm attitude like a cat basking in the sun. She was being unbelievably stubborn about this whole thing. She didn't want to tell us, and that wouldn't change no matter how many times we asked her. Everyone understood that, so nobody questioned her.
リカちゃんが言わないならさ、言うまで待つしかないよね。
If Rika-chan won't talk, then we just have to wait.
逆に言わないってことは、言う必要もない程度のことかもしれないし。
And she might not be talking because it's something not worth saying. There was no persuasive power in reassurance given with an anxious face like that. Mion was being taciturn and was just looking up at the sky with a somehow annoyed expression. I couldn't tell if she was unhappy that Rika-chan wouldn't talk about it with her own friends, or if she was concerned over Sadako's well-being. What about me? My anxiety was suffocating me day after day. Someone else were looking at me, and maybe I'd look annoyed like Mion did. Tap, tap. Someone tapped my shoulder. It was Tomoto-kun and Okamura-kun.
前原さん、
Ibara-san,
ちょっといいですか？
do you have a minute?
またボールが引っかかったか？
Did your ball get stuck again?
今度はお前たちで何とかしてみろよ。
You guys have to get it yourselves this time.
いつまでも先輩に頼るのは良くないぜ。
Don't rely on the older kids for everything. I didn't feel like going along with them, so I was a little unsympathetic with my response.
ちょっと気になる噂を聞いたんすよ。
We heard a little interesting rumor.
噂？
A rumor?
はい。
Yeah.
ひょっとすると関係があるかもと思って。
I just thought it might have something to do with that. A rumor. About Sadako. They hadn't said that, but it didn't seem unrelated. They didn't want to talk in the classroom, so they pulled me behind the school building, lending further credence to that thought. Back of the school was damp and humid like always. Students didn't really come here because they wanted to. It might, however, have been an ideal location for trading rumors away from prying eyes.
富田君、岡村君、
Tomoto-kun, Okamura-kun.
その噂話って、もちろん聡子の欠席と関係のある話なんだろうな。
These rumors are about why Sadako is absent, right?
関係があるかはわからないですけど、あるいは。
We don't know if it has something to do with it, though. Or maybe...
聡子は一体どうしたってんだ？
What on earth happened to Sadako?
風邪なのか？
Is she sick?
それともひょっとしてもっと重い病気か怪我か何かで？
Or could she be, like, really sick or injured or something?
いえ、それが
No, actually,
むしろ逆で、
it's the opposite.
うちのばあちゃんの話だと、
I heard my grandma saying
昨日の昼にうちの店に豆腐を買いに来たらしいんです。
she came to buy tofu at our shop yesterday. Oh, Tomoto's family runs a tofu shop, added Okamura-kun.
豆腐屋さんに
She went shopping.
買い物？
Buy some tofu? My voice sounded so stupefied even I can tell. It was understandable. I was worried about what grave illness or injury she had, and the person herself had been out and about shopping for tofu.
で、聡子はどうだったんだよ？
So how was she?
元気そうだったのか？
Did she look okay?
それとも病み上がりでマスクでもしてたとか？
Was she wearing a mask like she was getting better?
松葉杖で包帯だらけだったとか？
Or was she using crutches, or did she have bandages on her?
いえ、別に病気とか怪我とかそういうわけじゃなかったらしいんですが。
No, there weren't really any signs of sickness or injury on her, but should have felt relieved that it wasn't an illness or an injury. My anxiety wasn't going away. Because Tomato-kun and Okamura-kun's expressions weren't looking any better.
絹ごし豆腐を一丁買っていったそうなんですが、ばあちゃんが言うにはおかしいと。
She apparently came to buy one piece of soft tofu. My grandma said it was strange.
おかしい
Strange?
なぜ
Why?
絹ごし豆腐を買って何が悪い
What's wrong with buying soft tofu? Irritated by how roundabout they were being, I had to desperately fight that irritation from creeping into my voice.
北条とフルデってほら二人暮らしでそんなにお金持ちってわけじゃないですよね。
Well, Hojo and Furude live by themselves, and they don't have that much money, right?
だから二人はいつも安い木綿豆腐しか買わないんです。
So they only ever buy the cheaper, firmer kind of tofu.
一番高い絹ごし豆腐なんか買ったことないんです。
They've never bought the soft stuff. It's the most expensive thing there.
木綿だって絹ごしだってどっちも豆腐だろ
Soft or hard, they're both tofu, right?
たまにはうまい豆腐が食いたくなっただけかもしれないじゃないか
Maybe she just wanted to eat some great tofu or something.
それはそうですけど。
Well, maybe, but I knew how transparent I sounded right then. This wasn't anything trivial. It was some kind of important clue. Not the cheap firm tofu, but the expensive soft kind. Shopping not in the evening after school, but in the middle of the day. I couldn't figure out what those things meant. As I thought hard about it, Okamura-kun took his turn to speak.
次は僕っすね。
Me next.
これも噂なんですけど、帰ってきたらしいんですよ。
This is just a rumor, but apparently he's back.
帰ってきた
He?
何が
Ooh,
誰が
who's back?
北条のおじさんが。
Hojo's uncle. Sadako's uncle. Right, I think Coach told me about him. Their aunt and uncle had taken them in after Sadako and Satoshi lost their parents in the accident.
去年のお社様のたたりで怖くなって町に逃げたっていう北条のおじさんです。
Hojo's uncle. They say he skipped town last year, scared of Oishiro-sama's curse.
こいつヤクザみたいな怖くて乱暴なやつで。
He's really scary and violent, like a gang member. Everything Coach told me came back in bits and pieces. Right. The mean aunt and uncle who had tormented them all the time. I think he said that after their aunt was beaten to death by the deviant, he ran away to his lover's house in Okinomiya in fear of the curse.
そいつが帰ってくるとどうして聡子が学校を休んで真っ昼間に絹ごし豆腐を買う羽目になるんだ
Why would she be staying home from school and shopping for soft tofu in the middle of the day just because her uncle came back? My underclassman clammed up and looked downwards. There must have been some big hint buried in there. Even if I didn't understand, if I told Mia and Arena about it, maybe they'd know something.
ごめんな二人とも
Oh, my bad, you two.
せっかく好意で話を聞かせてくれたのになんだか問い詰めるような言い方になっちゃって
You were nice enough to talk about it, and I started hammering you with questions.
あ、いえ、いいっすよ。
Oh, no, it's okay.
北条が重病で寝たきりになってないことが分かっただけでも、ほら。
Now we know that she hasn't been in bed this whole time gravely ill.
儲けもんじゃないですか。
That's worth something, right? That might be true. But it still won't... It won't make the clouds over my mind fade away.
あ、
Ah,
前原さん、ほらあれ。
Mibara-san, over there! Okamura-kun cried wildly, pointing over my shoulders behind me. Startled, I turned around. And way on the other side of the schoolyard, near the school gate, I saw a figure trudging forth. Oh no. Oh no, she looks terrible. Oh god, that sprite is fucking terrible.
北条だ。
Tojo! Well, I'm gonna see what it looks like. I'm gonna do a proper save. I don't trust quick save. Quick save's a load of nonsense. God, she looks so dead. Tojo! I burst into a run faster than I could speak, so that as quickly as possible, I could see with my own eyes that she was okay. Sadako! Sadako seemed taken aback by me shouting and running over to her. Dog, I don't think I have the strength for this again. Do I have the strength for this a first time? Oh!
まあ、なんですの、ケイイチさん。
Hi, what is it, Keiichi-san?
突然大声を出して走ってくるから何事かと驚きましたわ。
You surprised me with all the yelling and running.
バカ、俺のことなんかどうでもいいだろう。
Stupid, enough about me already.
それよりどうしたってんだよ、サトコ。3日間も。
3 days. What happened, Sadako?
俺心配で心配で。
So worried.
心配性ですわね。
What a worry wart.
たかだか3日ですわよ。
It's only 3 days.
もうケイイチさんは心配性なんですから。
You're such a worry wart, Keiichi-san. From listening to her, she seemed like the normal Sadako, but I could tell she was acting strangely. Her smile was somehow forlorn. Her complexion was bad for some reason.
北条。
Hojo!
大丈夫だったのかよ。風邪とかじゃないのか？
Were you alright? Were you sick or something? Tomoto-kun and Okamura-kun both expressed their concern.
お家のお掃除をしたりしてたんですのよ。
I was just giving the house a good cleaning.
だいぶ長いこと使ってませんでしたから、もう家中ほこりだらけでして。
We haven't used it for a rather long time, so everything was covered in dust.
は
Huh?
サトコ、お前何を言ってんだ？
Sadako, what are you talking about?
なんで家の掃除なんかで学校を休まなきゃなんないんだ？
Why would you have to stay home from school to clean the house? Sadako didn't answer me. Instead, she passed by me and headed for the entrance.
もう、
Gosh,
今はお弁当の時間ではありませんの？
it is nearly about lunchtime, is it not?
私はお腹が空いてますのよ。
I am just starving. It was certainly lunch break. I couldn't force her to stop after she told me she wanted lunch since she was so hungry.
まあいいや。
Well, whatever.
リカちゃんは3日間毎日お前の弁当を持ってきてくれてるんだぜ。
Rika-chan's been bringing your lunch for 3 days now.
行こ
Let's just go to the classroom
う。みんなを安心させてやろうぜ。
and put everyone's minds at ease.
そうですわね。
You're right.
皆さんにご心配をおかけしてしまったかもしれませんわね。
I suppose it may have caused everyone to worry.
人気者は辛いでございますわ。
Sure is tough being popular. I put a hand on Sadako's shoulder and we ran to the classroom together. Up close, I was able to verify that Sadako looked somehow weak. All this anxiety was supposed to go away when I saw her again. That's what I had thought. Now I actually started to have quite different fears. What the heck happened, Sadako? Everyone in the class, of course, reacted in the same exact way I had. We worried about you. I'm glad to see you well. What were you doing for 3 days? Our classmates showered her in questions.
本当にご迷惑をおかけしましたわね。
I truly do apologize for causing a fuss. As she cackled, she chowed down on the bento Rika-chan had made for her. Those in the teacher's lounge must have been informed of Sadako's arrival, because our teacher sprinted in the classroom, her breathing ragged.
北条さん。
Hojo-san!
あら先生、
Oh, sensei!
3日間もご心配をおかけしましたわね。
Sorry for worrying you these 3 days. As you can see, I'm fit as a fiddle. Hello?
こら、
もう本当に
Oh, I
心
guess I
配
could
してたんですからね。
Did I skip any dialogue? No, I guess it just glitched. My, I was very worried about you.
お弁当が食べ終わったら職員室に来るんですよ。
When you're done eating, come right to the teacher's lounge.
いろいろとお話があります。
I have a lot to talk to you about.
3日もサボったからきっと大目玉に違いありませんわね。
I must be in for a good scolding for those 3 days I cut class. Sadako laughed sheepishly while she scratched her head, and the rest of class burst out into laughter. The teacher was acting angry, but she breathed a sigh of relief at seeing Sadako healthy and smiling as she ate her lunch with the class surrounding her.
でも安心したよな、レナ。
What a relief, right, Rena?
え
Huh?
あ、ごめん。
Oh, sorry.
無事でよかったよね。
Yeah, I'm glad she's okay. I looked at Rena anew. She had a sense that something about Sadako was off, too. I looked to see Mion detached from the clamor as well, with a somewhat grim expression. Eureka-chan, on the other hand, was smiling from ear to ear. She spread out the bento boxes one by one as Sadako finished them. Finally, Sadako was satisfied, and after enjoying a thorough conversation with her classmates, remembered that she'd been called to the teacher's lounge.
めんどくさいんですけど、行かないともっと怒られてしまいそうですからね。
Such a pain, but I think she'll be angry if I don't go.
さん、
Right.
なんだったら俺も一緒に付き合うぜ。
I mean, I could go with you too.
例のカレーの悪口の時、一緒に職員室で怒られた仲じゃねえか。
呼ばないのです。
That won't be necessary.
ケイイチはここでお留守番なのですよ。
Keiji should mind the place while we're away. Rika-chan's words were gentle, but the firm rejection was clear in her eyes. The two of them exited into the hallway, walking shoulder to shoulder. After seeing them off, the class breathed a collective sigh of relief, broke apart, and went back to their usual lunch break banter. Well, we're gonna save it for next time! Sorry, gang. That's the first time we've ended... not that fucking sprite. That's the first... But it must be over. Because we've hit our time limit for the night. I'm sorry. I'll put on some music, I'll talk a little bit, and then I'll go. I don't want to stay too long post-stream. I have to watch Andor after this. Get the last 3 episodes. What should I put on? I'll just put on the Spotify playlist that I put on for the end of streams. What do you want for thumbnail? I don't have a vision in mind of what the thumbnail will look like, so I'm undecided, but I think I want angry like Sprite Uishi, where he's kind of doing the angry eyebrow. I want angry looking Coach, Eerie. I might need that. I might need that fucked up Sadako sprite where she looks dead. Like dead-eyed. As fucked up as that sprite is. I'm going to see... That's too cheery of a song for what we're doing. Being well and being gone for 3 days. She comes back. She's apparently pale. She's clearly... it seems she disappeared for 3 days because her uncle is back in town. She's with him now. And I guarantee he is abusive. I mean, we know that he was when she lived with him previously. We know from, I think what Eerie told us, that Sadako and Satoshi's aunt and uncle yelled at them, hit them, denied them meals. So, that's probably back again. So, yeah. I mean, she's definitely being abused. And, oh god, that's going to be fucking awful to see. Because, I mean, as you know, Sadako is like my favorite. I mean, even if she wasn't, seeing a child get abused is fucking heartbreaking. But especially if you feel, you know, as attached to Sadako as I do. So, you know. I'm probably gonna cry at some point this chapter. But we'll see. There's also a very real chance, based on some foreshadowing, that Sadako is going to be the one of the sacrificed this year at the Watanagashi, which would be a deviation from chapters 1 and 2, but I'm not going to rule it out. The game seems to be trying to foreshadow it that she and her uncle are going to be the ones to get it this year, which, fuck me, I don't know if I can take that. I mean, I already was fucked up from Sadako and Rika getting killed last chapter. But, ugh. We'll have to, if they die in the Watanagashi, not only will we have Sadako death again, but then also we'll have plenty of game afterwards in the after period of having to just kind of, you know, exist in a world where she's gone. And we got a little bit of that in chapter 2. But, like, we're gonna have to really sit on it this chapter if she dies in the Watanagashi. Because, I mean, if the pattern holds up, the chapters go on quite a bit longer after the Watanagashi happens. So, we're gonna have an extended period of Sadako being gone because she's dead. And that's, I think, going to really fuck with me. And I'm so desperately holding on to, please, Toмотaki, you're my boy, but you gotta take the fall. Takano, you gotta take the fall. You gotta get sacrificed this year. Break into that storehouse. It can't be Sadako. It can't be her. Take her uncle. I don't care. He's a fucking scumbag. Don't take her. I have to wonder what Uishi is up to as well. Awful chapter. Yeah. Just awful. Yeah, I think it's going to be dreadful. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. But, that's gonna be it for tonight, everyone. I'll see you. I know tomorrow is Wednesday and that'd normally be a stream day, but I'm not sure if I'll stream. But we'll see. We'll see. I know for a fact it won't be GTA because I gotta reinstall GTA 4 still because I broke it while trying to downgrade it for modding purposes. So I have to reinstall the game. So Wednesday might not stream, and if I do stream, it's not going to be GTA. I'm sorry. But again, no guarantee I stream in the first place. I want to get to GTA 4 as soon as possible, but we'll see, right? But that's it for tonight. I guess I'll see you all next Higurashi stream, which will be Friday. I don't want to move it off anymore. I want to keep it consistent. See you all then.